20's Plenty for Us are the campaign group calling for a blanket 20-mile-an-hour zone in English cities, towns, villages and residential areas. North Yorkshire's the biggest county in England. Its road network spans 5,753 miles. And it's here where local activists are putting renewed pressure on the council to reduce speed limits on the roads.
Our roads are getting busier and busier, and it's getting more and more difficult in our towns and villages to cross the road safely. So 20 miles an hour is the right speed limit. It's much safer, much less likely to have collisions.
The initiative is also supported by schools in the area.
Children don't have that perception of how fast a car's going, and it is vitally hard on this road sometimes to actually judge myself whether it's safe. 10 mile an hour lower would make it a little bit safer, would make me able to cross the road and help the children cross the road more than anything really.
But the council have pushed back on county-wide 20-mile-an-hour zones.
To do a signed-only 20-mile-per-hour limits across North Yorkshire, we think could cost upwards of £10 million. That's a significant amount of money, and we think that could be much better spent, much better targeted at improving road safety, reducing accidents and casualties on North Yorkshire's roads. And what we've seen elsewhere in the country is where you have signed only 20-mile-per-hour limits, that actually the reduction in speed is very marginal, sometimes just 1 mile per hour.
And this is what people in North Yorkshire think to the 20's Plenty scheme.
Blanket 20 miles an hour is not really appropriate. It depends on the circumstances of the town or village that you're driving through.
The cars just, they go by, they don't care. Slow down for pedestrians to go past, so I think it would be a great idea.
People really don't take any notice of it, and if they made a 20 mile an hour limit, it would just put everybody in more danger because people would ignore it and there'd be more accidents probably.
And I always like the idea of slowing people down and keeping everyone safe, but I think probably a bit of flexibility.
Definitely not. 20 miles an hour is just simply too slow. It will get people agitated.
North Yorkshire Council's pledged to review speed limits across the county in the coming months and years. But time will tell if campaigners here get their wish for slower traffic on the roads. Anna Riley, GB News, Malton.